masked as concern. They whisper among themselves, huddled in their little circles, saying I've changed, saying I've gone too far, become something unforgivable. But why should I apologize for the monster I've become? They created this beast. They fed it with lies, stabbed it with betrayal, drowned it in their shallow promises. They made this, and now they tremble, as if they didn't set this storm in motion. They don't get it, they thought I'd break under the pressure, crumble beneath the weight of their judgments. But I've been forged in the darkest flames, shaped by the harshest winds, honed by the coldest nights. I'm not here to bow to them. I'm here to tear down their walls, to rip apart the very foundation they stand on. They think they're safe, hidden behind their facades, thinking the warrior they tried to bury is gone. But I'm back, and I've come with vengeance. Look at them now, trying to hold on to their false sense of security. I see the way they cling to their titles, their petty power plays, thinking it'll protect them from the storm I bring. Fools. They don't know what's coming. They don't know the chaos I'm ready to unleash. When I was at the bottom, they laughed. They mocked my struggle, saw my pain as weakness. They thought I'd stay down there, drowning in the pit they pushed me into. But the thing about monsters is, you can't keep them caged forever. The darkness they thought would consume me, I became it. I let it fuel me, let it sharpen every edge, let it sink into every bone. They want apologies? No. They'll get a reckoning. The air's different now. Feel that chill running down their spines. It's not the cold. It's the realization that they've played with the wrong force. They've taunted the wrong warrior. They turned their back, thinking I was nothing but a shadow, something they could brush off. But shadows have a way of swallowing the light when the sun sets, don't they? They should have killed me when they had the chance. They should have crushed me completely, instead of leaving me to crawl back from the abyss. Because now, I'm not just crawling, I'm running. I'm tearing through everything in my path, and nothing they put in front of me will stand. I'll carve a way through their defenses, rip through their lies with my bare hands if I have to. You want me to apologize for the monster I've become? I'll apologize for one thing, and one thing only, for not becoming it sooner. They sit in their false thrones, pretending to be untouchable. They've gotten used to their safety, used to their power, thinking it'll always be theirs. They haven't realized it yet, but the ground beneath It's breaking apart because I'm coming, and I'm coming hard. I'm going to rip the floor out from under their feet, drag them down to the depths they thought they'd never see. Every word they spoke behind my back, every grin they flashed when I stumbled, it's fuel. It's a fire that's turned me into this force they can't understand. They wanted to fight. They've got it. They wanted to play with fire. Now they're standing in the middle of an inferno. I was the underdog. They saw me as nothing, less than dirt beneath their boots. But dirt has a way of covering coffins. They don't realize they've already dug their own graves by underestimating what I'd become. It's too late now. They've locked eyes with a force they can't control, and it's going to rip through their walls like paper. Let them look into my eyes and see the rage they've ignited. It's not just anger. It's something darker, something they can't fathom. They wanted a monster. They got one. They wanted a villain. I'll be the nightmare they can't wake up from. I'll be the shadow that chokes the light out of their days. The storm that never ceases. They thought they'd broken me, shattered me into a million pieces. But they didn't break me. They just scattered me, spread the darkness further, made me impossible to see coming until it was too late. Now, I'm everywhere. I'm the whisper they fear in the silence, the chill that creeps up their neck when they think they're alone. I'm not here to play games with them. I'm here to crush them under the weight of their own arrogance. I'm here to take back what they stole and more. I'm not just going to the top. I'm dragging them down from their summit and leaving them in the dirt where they left me. They asked for mercy once, and I might have listened back then. But that version of me is dead, buried in the ashes of their betrayal. They don't get mercy anymore. They get destruction. They get to watch everything they built crumble under the force of my wrath. They get to watch me take everything they held dear and shatter it in front of their eyes. I'm not sorry for what I've become. I'm grateful because this monster they see, it's unstoppable. It's relentless. And it's the last thing they'll see before they're swallowed by the void they tried to cast me into. I'll rise to the summit they thought they owned. Plant my flag in the heart of their territory. And watch as they crumble beneath it. And when they look up at me, begging for the forgiveness they never deserved, I'll laugh, because I didn't just climb back up. I tore through every obstacle they placed, and I brought the darkness with me. They'll never forget the name of the war stories about the day they realized they'd made a monster they couldn't kill. And why should I apologize for that? They want me to apologize for the chaos I bring. They want me to feel guilty for becoming something darker, something they can no longer control. But why should I? They want a warrior who bows, who begs, who admits defeat. But the truth is, I'm done being their puppet. I'm done playing by their rules, following their orders, and pretending to be something I'm not. I am the storm they didn't see coming. I'm the fury they can't comprehend. The rage they tried to drown, but only managed to strengthen. I'm not here for peace. I'm here for payback. They should have thought twice before trying to bury me. Because now I've risen from the dirt, and I'm covered in the very shadows they feared. You want apologies? You'll get them in blood. You'll get them in every shattered bone, in every tear you shed when you realize that the warrior you tried to destroy is now standing over you, victorious, unyielding. I won't be merciful. I won't be kind. I'll be the ruthless, cold-blooded force they never saw coming. Because that's what they asked for when they turned their back on me. Look at them now, scrambling to save what they have left, trying to rebuild their broken defenses, scrambling like ants under the boot they once thought they'd crush me with. But I'm not under their boot anymore. I'm the force that shatters it. I'm the hurricane that sweeps through everything they thought was secure. And I won't stop until there's nothing left standing. They should have remembered who they were dealing with. They should have remembered that I'm not the type to forget. Every insult, every shove, every smug smirk, they're etched into my memory like scars carved into stone. They thought I'd forget. They thought I'd forgive. But monsters don't forgive. They retaliate. They want to paint me as the villain now. Pretend that I'm the one who changed. But I didn't change. I adapted. I evolved into what I needed to become to survive their betrayal, their deceit. They think they're victims now. Think they're the ones who deserve pity. But pity is for the weak, and they'll find none here. They can cry all they want, scream all they want about how unfair this is. But fairness died the day they decided to turn against me. This monster they speak of, this demon they claim I've become, it's just me without the mask they forced me to wear. It's just me, raw and real, without the chains they tried to bind me with. And now that I'm unchained, they don't know what to do. They're scared because because they can't predict my next move. They're terrified because they know they've lost control. I'm not just a threat to them now. I'm their reckoning. I'm the consequence of every action they took against me. I'm the shadow that looms over their every step. The cold breath on the back of their neck when they think they're alone. They wanted to make me invisible. Wanted to erase me from existence. But instead, they made me a legend. They can't erase the fear they feel now. They can't escape the truth that's staring them in the face. I'm stronger than they ever imagined. I'm more ruthless than they ever predicted. I've become everything they feared and more. And it's all their fault. They wanted a fight. They got a war. And let me tell you something about war. It's not pretty. It's not clean. It's brutal. It's bloody. And it's filled with sacrifice. They wanted this. They asked for this the moment they decided to make an enemy out of me. And now they get to reap what they've sown. I won't just win this battle. I'll dominate it. I'll take their strongest and break them. I'll tear through their ranks like a beast unleashed. And I won't stop until every last one of them is left kneeling before me, broken and begging for the mercy I'll never give. They should have known better. They should have known that when you create a monster, you can't control what it becomes. I don't apologize for this darkness. I don't apologize for this fury, because it's what kept me alive when they left me for dead. It's what pulled me out of the pit when they threw me in, laughing as they turned away. They don't understand what it's like to fight with your back against the wall, to feel your body break, and still force yourself to get up. They don't know what it's like to lose everything and still claw your way back with bloodied hands. But they will. They'll learn. They'll see what it means to face someone who has nothing left to lose. Someone who's been to the edge and decided to jump off rather than live in chains. They'll understand the pain they caused, the suffering they inflicted, because I'll make sure they feel every ounce of it tenfold. I won't rest until I see the fear in their eyes, the same fear they tried to instill in me. I want them to know what it's like to be hunted, to be the prey instead of the predator. I want them to know what it's like to feel helpless, to realize that no matter what they do, no matter how hard they fight, they can't escape what's coming. They made me a monster. Fine. I'll be the monster that haunts their nightmares, the one they can't escape, no matter how far they run. I'll be the darkness that swallows them whole. became something they can't destroy, something they can't even touch. And I won't stop. I won't stop until I've taken everything they hold dear, until I've reduced their empire to ash. I'll climb to the top of the mountain they thought they owned, and I'll make sure they see me standing there, unbowed, unbroken, unstoppable. I'm the warrior they never wanted to face. I'm the storm they can't survive. And I will not apologize for the monster I've become, because they made me this way. And now, they get to face the consequences. They thought they'd be safe behind their walls of lies, their twisted smiles, and their polished masks. But the time for hiding is over. The shadows they once feared, they're not just lurking anymore. They're hunting. And I am the shadow they unleashed. The one they can't lock away. The one they can't silence. They don't realize it yet, but they're about to feel the full weight of their choices. The crushing reality of the monster they tried to mold and manipulate. I remember every smirk, every whisper, every time they looked down on me like I was nothing more than dirt beneath their heels. I remember it all, because it carved itself into my bones, etched itself into my soul. They thought they could crush my spirit with their words, with their betrayals. But they didn't crush it. They sharpened it. Every backhanded compliment, every sneer, every time they thought they'd put me in my place, it became a blade, honed to perfection, ready to strike back. They want to talk about the monster I've become. They want to call me out for the darkness I now wield like a weapon. Good. Let them talk. Let them spread their rumors. Let them weave their tales. It won't save them. It won't stop what's coming. Because the difference between their words and my actions is simple. Their words are fleeting, weak, meant to deceive. My actions are permanent. They leave marks that can't be erased, scars that will burn long after I've moved on. I won't be kind. I won't be gentle. They didn't deserve it then, and they sure as hell don't deserve it now. They deserve exactly what they gave. A taste of their own medicine. Only stronger. Only more bitter. I'm not just coming for their pride. I'm coming for everything they hold dear. Their comfort. Their safety. Their illusion of control. It all belongs to me now. They're not ready for what's about to happen. They're not prepared for the chaos I bring. The destruction that follows in my wake. They thought they could tame the beast, put me back in my cage. But the cage is gone. It's shattered into pieces because I tore it apart with my bare hands. I broke the chains they wrapped around snapped them like they were threads, and now I'm loose. Now, I'm free. Free to destroy. Free to conquer. Free to take back what's mine with no apologies, no hesitation, and no remorse. They've seen a glimpse of what I'm capable of, but it was only the beginning. That was me holding back, giving them a chance to run, to realize the error of their ways. But they didn't run. They stood there, puffing out their chests, thinking they'd already won. They thought I'd stay down, that I'd lick my wounds and walk away in shame. But I don't walk away. I don't run. I rise. I rise from the ashes they tried to bury me under. I rise with a fury they've never known. A vengeance they can't escape. I rise with a hunger that won't be sated until I've taken everything they once took from me. And when I rise, I don't do it quietly. I do it with the roar of a storm, with the force of 1,000 battles fought and won. I rise like a tidal wave, crashing down on everything in my path, obliterating their illusions of power. I rise, and I don't just claim victory. I rewrite the story. I become the legend they'll tell in hushed whispers, the tale they'll pass down as a warning. They'll say I was a monster. They'll say I was ruthless, heartless, a force of pure destruction. And they'll be right. But that's what happens when you push a warrior too far. That's what happens when you try to break someone who's already seen the depths of hell and survived it. They wanted a monster. They got one. They got the beast they couldn't control, the dark warrior they couldn't defeat. And now, they get to live with the consequences of their actions. Now, they get to face the reality of the storm they brought upon themselves. I won't rest until I've seen the fear in their eyes, until I've watched the last shred of hope fade from their faces. I want them to understand the price of their arrogance, the cost of underestimating someone like me. I want them to realize that they were never as strong as they thought, that their power was nothing more than an illusion. They thought they were kings, but kings fall, empires crumble, and monsters endure. They adapt. They rise from the ashes, stronger, more savage, more relentless than ever before. I'll take everything they built, everything they held close, and I'll burn it to the ground. I'll leave nothing but ashes in my wake, a reminder of what happens when you try to break the unbreakable. They'll look at the ruins and know it was me, chances to rally their troops. But it won't matter. It won't matter because I'm not just one warrior anymore. I'm an army. I'm every ounce of pain they inflicted on me. Every piece of suffering they forced me to endure. I've become the sum of all their mistakes. The embodiment of every wrong they've ever done. And I won't stop. I won't stop until I've torn through every last one of their defenses. Until I've ripped apart their last hope of victory. I won't stop until I've taken their crown and shattered it beneath my heel. They thought they could control the darkness, that they could use it against me. But they didn't realize that I am the darkness. I'm the night they can't escape, the cold they can't hide from. I'm the void that swallows their light whole, leaves them blind and stumbling, lost in a world they thought they owned. And when they look up at me, when they finally understand what they've unleashed, I'll be standing there, unbowed, unbroken. I'll look down at them, not with pity, not with regret, but with the cold, hard satisfaction of a warrior who's claimed his rightful place. They'll ask why I did it, why I couldn't just let it go. And I'll tell them, I let go of the old me. I let go of the chains, of the doubts, of the fear. What I couldn't let go of was the truth. The truth that they created this. The truth that every action has a consequence, and I'm theirs. They wanted a monster to blame. They have it now. They have the dark warrior they can curse, the legend they can fear, the force they can never forget. And why should I apologize for that? Why should I apologize for being exactly what they made me? I am the warrior of darkness, the storm that can't be tamed, the vengeance they can't escape. I am the reckoning they never thought they'd face.